Alright, everyone, welcome back. Uh-oh, hold on. Still having some issues here. There we go. Now we should have everything good to go. But let's go ahead and take a look at the starting lineup here. Just go ahead and unpause that so you guys can get some action in the background at least or something. Alright, so on the front row, it's Matt Kenseth, Denny Hamlin, and Kevin Harvick said Sterling Marlin. I'm just going to go through this quickly here. Dale Earnhardt Jr., Reed Sorensen, Jeremy Mayfield, Kenny Wallace with a top 10 starting spot. Got Dave Blaney in the 22. Actually, we'll go through and look at paint scheme. So here is Todd Bodine's number 4 car he's running in the Lucas Oil Chevrolet Monte Carlo. Got Robbie Gordon here. You can kind of see him. Actually, maybe it would be easier if I did this. You can see the actual cars now. So there's Robbie Gordon's car. Obviously Dale Earnhardt Jr. Your typical Dale Jr. car. Casey Kane, number 9 Dodge. Bill Elliott in the 00 machine. I don't know why everything looks so bad. I probably need to change my REN DXG settings. I just forgot to. Got Joe Nemechek not in a U.S. Army car. I decided, you know, we'll do the Principal Mutual Funds car because it's different. There's Scott Riggs in his Stanley Dodge. Obviously, I like the green Hamlin cars from 2006, so that's the one we're going for Denny Hamlin, and then Ryan Newman, red and black and white Mobile 1 car. Sterling Martin, Waste Management, you know, just same old. Paul Menard, bright yellow 15. There's Matt Kenseth, number 17, your pole sitter. Jeremy Mayfield there in the 19, Dave Blaney 22, Brian Vickers 25, Kirk Shelmerdine. This is my team here that I'm running for this sim. Hopefully we make it into the duel. It's not looking so hot right now, but make it into the 500 at least. And then Harvick here, Juan Pablo Montoya in the 30. Just for this race, and he's not going to make another start this season. There's Elliott Sadler in the 38. We got Reed Sorensen in the 41. Bobby Labonte in the 43 STP Petty car. What else we got here? We got Michael Waltrip in the 55. For his team, Andy Belmont. I don't know what team, but Boris Said has actually been very fast. He's up inside the top 5 in qualifying, third on the board right now. This guy might be a threat to win it. This is probably the biggest what you guys are ever going to see. This is Timmy Hill, and keep in mind, Timmy Hill's 13 years old in 2006, so this is why I love this. We got Jeff Green in the 66 Best Buy car. That's just me. Kenny Wallace in the Furniture Row car. Stephen Light in the 90 City Financial Ford. And then finally for the first duel is Stanton Barrett. He is the last car to look over. Now super quickly before we do get into the race here in just a couple seconds, I'm going to go ahead and refresh my graphics. The game actually looks decent. And also I'm going to check the sound, make sure that's all working. Let's check here. Alright, cool. It does. Nope. This won't take long. Okay, like a couple seconds just to reset this. Just make everything look a lot more crisp and better here. Alright. And we'll load back in. Okay, so now we'll go through the entire starting lineup. On your front row, Matt Kenseth, Denny Hamlin. Kevin Harvick, there's Boris said. Like I said, no pun intended, he's fast today. And we got Sterling Marlin, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Reed Sorensen, Jeremy Mayfield, Kenny Wallace, Dave Blaney, Joe Nemechek, Ryan Newman, Bill Elliott, Paul Menard, Jeff Green, Todd Bodine, Stephen Light, Michael Waltrip, Casey King, Kirk Shelmerdine, Brian Vickers, Elliott Sadler, Timmy Hill, Scott Riggs, Robbie Gordon, Stanton Barrett, Juan Pablo Montoya, Andy Belmont, and Bobby Labonte. I don't know why I went backwards there, but I did. So, as well as all that, we have 30 drivers who are already locked in based on their qualifying time here. Let me just sort this by that. So your top 30 drivers get locked into the Daytona 500 off of speed. So let's see here, top 30. Martin Truex Jr. barely is in. Kyle Busch is currently out. That's a big name not in the top. So who else isn't in? Bobby Labonte is very far out. He's 54th out of 58 cars. So, yeah, it's going to be a fun little race here. We got 20 laps for each duel. That's all we're going to have today. And then tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will have the Daytona 500, 40 laps the distance. So let's go ahead, go to your pole sitter of Matt Kenseth, and look how much better this looks. You can actually see the cars. Huge improvement in just a couple seconds. Beautiful. You'll love to see it. I think I can only go so far back. Oh no, I can actually go. I just can't go very far down. So I think what we'll do is we'll go ahead and ride on board of how about the 60 of who's this? Boris said, that's right. Go rear view cam, set that up right there. I'll go ahead and accelerate this so we can get closer to the start. Alright, we are officially rolling here at Daytona. I forgot to load something up, so while we're doing this, we'll load up the Better Cautions EXE, because we need that. So we can have double file restarts. I don't want to show you guys that yet. What's up, K9 Burnouts? Let's get ready for this race. Duel number 1. Handful of drivers are already locked in, like Boris said there. I don't think Kyle Busch is in this race, is he? No, he is not. But I know the 43. Bobby Labonte, he is not in it, but his teammate Kyle Petty is. So here we go, pace car pulling off of the speedway. It's going to be the 17 of Matt Kenseth and Denny Hamlin bringing us to green. A first twin 125 Gatorade duel, whatever you want to call it now, is underway here at Daytona. Alrighty, the 14 Sterling Marlin trying to hook up there with the 41 of Reed Sorensen. Go on board the 60 machine. I don't think this camera is working. Three wide in the middle here. 14 in the 12 and the 15 all stuck, but the 19 of Jeremy Mayfield, and I think that is the 22 Dave Blaney, all stuck on the outside lane. Still three wide as they come around to complete lap number 1. Kenseth leads. Harvick is up to second. Now Kenny Wallace trying to work his way up through the field, and it looks like Denny Hamlin now going for second from Harvick. Boris said he's going to be right there to maybe have a say in this. I'm going to try to fix this camera here quick. See, Reed Sorensen trying to get a bit of a run here in his number 41 Dodge Charger. So is Kevin Hart, but that outside lane just isn't going to be able to do much for him at all. As Borset will roll into third and can't probably hold it here. For a couple of laps you can see in the back, they're still 3 wide with Bobby Labonte. Looks like the 90 is already on pit road. Only 3 laps into the race. Fourth, Todd Bodine not having a good start to this race. He was up towards the front to start it, and now he's towards the back. And so is the 27. Kirk Shelburne currently in 27th position. Well, one car that's doing kind of better than where he was started is that 43. Bobby Labonte, who's linked up with a 13-year-old. That does not sound good. That does not sound good at all. Who's linked up here with Timmy Hill in his 0 bar Ford Taurus for Wood Brothers Racing. They're trying to work their way to the front. Right now, just outside of the top 15. It looks like Labonte going to go to the inside in 3 and 4. It's going to open the door for Casey Kane and Robbie Gordon to maybe get around that 63 as well. It's definitely going to be hard to keep track of who's in and who isn't right now. As at the line, Joe Nemechek on the inside of Sorensen for whatever position they're fighting for. Wait, is the 41 Reed Sorensen, or is it not? I can't remember. Okay, it is. Just making sure. I don't want to sound stupid. But right now, Matt Kenseth, he's led the opening 5 laps of the first dual race. Dale Earnhardt Jr., your plate racing king, looking to get another Daytona win. Can he get the 500 win this weekend? Trying to find another open car. Kenny Wallace, I'm pretty sure he is not in it. There he is in the 78. That orange, white, red, or orange, red, and black Furniture Row Chevrolet. He is just outside of the top 10 right now. He might be able to get himself into the race. And same with Bobby Labonte. There he is, running in the 16th position right now, being scored there at least. But I want to say he is going to be top 15 by the time we come back around for the next scoring loop. Timmy Hill trying to get behind the 10 of not Sam Hornish Jr., of Scott Riggs to get his draft. He's currently scored 20th right now. For his first career race in the NASCAR Cup Series, he's doing pretty well for himself, but that doesn't mean that he wants to make the Daytona 500 in his first career start. That would be monumental for the young kid. Bobby Labonte is on a tear right now. He is up to 14th position, and it seems like he's only going up from here. For those of you watching who are in the league, just remember you cannot earn R&D points during this race, and you can't lose them either because it is a non-points event. But in the Daytona 500, you very well can earn R&D points. And you very well also can lose R&D points. Brian Vickers up to 3rd now. Bobby Labonte looks like he's fallen back a bit. He had a good run going. He's to 12th. Let's get an update from our trackside reporter, Michael Jackson. It's raining. Rain in turn 3. Go to the back here. Not much really going on. That Stanton Barrett car honestly looks really cool. I don't know why I like it so much. Timmy Hill looks like he has lost the draft in his 0 bar Ford car. He's going to get Dave Blaney and company to hook up with him. They'll go back out of here. She is 20th right now. Remember, we're only looking for 6 more cars to add to the Daytona 500 field. They are 3 wide for second. Ryan Newman, Brian Vickers, Kevin Harvick, 3 wide right now. Hamlin's going to go with Newman. Menard's going to go with Vickers. Still 3 wide. Harvick up top. Menard in the middle now. Looks like Paul Menard's going to clear Harvick out of turn number 4, but no one has been able to get around Matt Kenseth here in his DeWalt Ford Fusion, or Ford Taurus. He's still number 1 right now, 10 laps into the race. And now Bobby Labonte, he has cracked the top 10, almost inside the top 5. He might be able to get there this next time around, but 3 wide still. Labonte on the bottom, Newman in the middle. Labonte looking for second from Hamlin here. Those two are side by side. He's going to move up to the middle. That's going to allow Reed Sorensen to maybe make a 3 wide move. Here he comes. The Chip Ganassi driver, Target Chevrolet 41 on the bottom, up to third for the 41. 3 wide, 3 rows deep right now in the back middle of the field here. Bob Labonte, Boris said, Ryan Newman all trying to get their way into the Daytona 500 right now. I think Robbie Gordon in that yellow and black car on the bottom, number 7. He's another one of the open cars here. He's trying to make his way into the Daytona 500. We'll only take the top 6 open cars here in duel number 1. And we'll take the top 6 in duel number 2. Side by side for second, Sorensen, Hamlin. That's Bill Elliott up on top. And then 00 Chevy. Actually, it might be a Toyota. Yeah, it's a Chevy. Okay. Denny was, in fact, in his favorite spot for a little bit there. Not anymore. Kenseth still dominating the race here as we'll go on board. Reed Sorensen in his number 41 car still trying to maintain that second position from Dennis James Hamlin. 11 going to get the run on the outside. Sorensen has some company there on the bottom. He's going to get stuck 3 wide here into turn 3. 3 wide, Boris said, up to second. Pretty sure this is the highest he has been all race long. Trying to get that draft from fellow Ford teammate of the 17. Boris said he's been fast all weekend long. I wouldn't be surprised if this guy had a say in the finishing results on Sunday. Or, well, technically Monday, but you know what I mean. I want to say that 10 machine is also an open car. I can't really tell, but I think we got 2 open cars here inside the top 10, or 3 open cars here inside the top 10. The 43, the 7, and the 10, potentially. Can't quite remember where he qualified. Oh, look at the 66 Haas CNC racing car. Jeff Green, I'm 90% sure he is not locked into the 500 right now. If he can just move up maybe a couple more positions here, he will lock himself in. All on speed, more than likely. Let's go back through the pack here, see if we can find the lowest driver right now. It's 90 of Stephen Light, a lap down in City Financial. Ford not having a good run. 59 of Andy Belmont. He's not going to make it either. Got a nice little pack going on back here. The 63 of Timmy Hill running just about the last car in the draft. Same with the 27. Kenny Wallace, he fell back all the way down to here. All the way back here, I should say. I don't know why it stopped. think I accidentally pressed the pause button, but right now, it looks like the 10 of Scott Riggs maybe trying to get the lead from Matt Kenseth with just 5 laps to go, roughly here in the Daytona duel race. They're 3 wide behind him. The 19 teammate to the 10. Here comes a bunch of cars down pit road with just 5 laps to go. A bunch of cars. We have Casey, Kane, Brian Vickers, Hamlin, Elliott, Nemechek, Sadler, Sorensen, Harvick, Green, Gordon, Mayfield. A boatload of them coming down pit road. That really broke up the pack. Looks like Todd Bodine, Kirk Shelmerdine really the only 2 together right now. Got Newman and Jr. here. But it looks like it's still going to be Matt Kenseth and the 60 Boris Said leading the race. And here comes the rest of the field down pit road. Shelmerdine and Todd Bodine side by side. Those 2 will come down pit road. Here comes Bodine. Great entry for him. He almost got to the outside. 14 of Sterling Marlin. First car to come out. It looks like it's going to be the 66 of Jeff Green. A phenomenal pit stop for the 66 machine. If he can just get it rolling here and beat the 17 out of pit road, he might be able to come home with the win over Matt Kenseth here as he is just now exiting pit road. Side by side for the race lead. It looks like the 60 of Boris Said won the race off of pit road. But will the 66 beat Boris Said out? Oh, he's probably not going to. Jeff Green is just now going into turn 1 and 2. Meanwhile, Boris Said, Matt Kenseth coming out of the pit exit. They're going to start now going up to speed 150, 160. Here comes Stephen Light there in the 90, but there's the 66 going 185 180. These guys are going 170, so I mean he's still going faster, but he's going to hold on to a top 10 finish here. I was not expecting pit stops to happen so late in the race, coming to just 3 laps to go, side by side for the race lead. That's the first lap that anyone has led that wasn't named Matt Kenseth, and barely over that 17 to Boris lead that lap. Three laps to go in the first dual race here at Daytona. Kenseth, Boris, Menard, Newman, and the 90 of Stephen Light a lap down. 2 laps down now, I want to say. Nope, just 1. We got Dale Jr. there in 5th. The 66 of Jeff Green in 6th. Jeremy Mayfield 7th. Brian Vickers 8th. And 9th goes to Kevin Harvick. 10th to the 43. So, based off of just pure memory here, let's see if I can remember who all is in an open car. All of these guys are in, pretty sure. Open car, open car, open car, open car. So that's 4. That's 5, that's 6. Right now, I think Kirk Shelmerdine has the last spot in the Daytona 500. Now, I'm not 100% sure about that, but coming to the white flag this time around. Keep an eye on that 27 machine. White flags in the air. 1 more lap to go for Matt Kenseth and Boris Said to battle it out for the win. I will have to look at the sheet directly after this to see who made it into the Daytona 500 here in the first Gatorade duel. I don't think Timmy Hill made it, sadly. He is currently running 22nd here. Go back up to the race lead. Bumper to bumper, here they come. Matt Kenseth, Boris Said, 2 Fords leading the way out of turn number 4. And winning the first race of the 2006 season, it's going to be Matt Kenseth and Roush Racing. Going to go to victory lane in race number 1, technically, of 2006. But here we come. Kirk Shelmerdine trying to make it into the Daytona 500, 3 wide. Timmy Hill, is this going to be enough to make it in for him? Nobody knows. I think my team made it in. I think. Because Bill Elliott, he's locked in, but he finished behind us anyways. Dave Blaney might not be locked in. I'll have to look. I will have to look. But Kenseth, he's going to go ahead, burn it down. I'm just going to do some burnouts and test session in Kenseth's car later today for a video. Carrying some big momentum here. He's going to start on the second inside of row number 1. Actually, he may have had the fastest lap time overall. Let's see, did he? Yeah, he did. So he already had the pole. So that means Boris Said is going to start second, or start third here. So go ahead, export these. 2006 duel 1. No, that's this first duel that we just finished. Here's your full finishing order here. Alright, let's see. Todd Bodine. He is the first car outside of the top 30. Where did he finish? 17th. Let's see. Mike Wallace. Okay. So how should I do this? Okay, so is Bobby Labonte, he is in. Labonte is in. Let me put that in the add advancing from the duel. So first driver who is advancing is Bobby Labonte. If I can type right. And then is Vickers in or no? No, he is not. Okay, so Vickers is in. Remember, we can only take 6 from this one. So what about Jeff Green? Is he in? Oh, wow, Jeff Green was locked in already. Okay, what about Mayfield? Okay, looks like Mayfield is in. Yep. He qualified 15th overall. Okay. Scott Riggs. I think he was the only Evernham car that wasn't. Yeah, 46th overall, so he's in now. Obviously, Denny Hamlin is in. What about Robbie Gordon? He is now in, so that's 4. Oh no! Did Kirk really miss by one person? Well, Elliott Sadler made it in. Did Dave Blaney qualify good? Oh, thank God, Dave Blaney. So Kirk Shelmerdine is the last car to make it into the 500. So I'll give you guys a full list, and I'll throw it up on screen here in just a second. So here is your 6 drivers advancing from duel number 1. We got Bobby Labonte, Brian Vickers, Scott Riggs, Robbie Gordon, Elliott Sadler, and Kirk Shelmerdine advancing from duel number 1 into the Daytona 500. So that leaves multiple drivers out of the race, like Todd Bodine, he's out. Timmy Hill, Stanton Barrett, Kenny Wallace, Michael Waltrip. They will not see the Daytona 500 this year. Maybe in 2007. We'll see. Save the replay as well, and we'll go ahead, take a quick intermission here. Give me like 5 minutes to set up the second duel race, and I will be back in just a few minutes.
Drivers, to your cars.
Alright, I know there's a lot of text on the screen. I want to try to set something so we can figure out who the open cars are. And you guys can see that on your screen. Okay. Just size this. I think that'll work. No, they capped it at after Larry Gunzel. Okay, we'll just remove that then. We'll just try our best. Um, okay, so let me make it so you guys can see again. So actually what I'll do here is I'll just make their names red on the spreadsheet here. So Kyle Busch, Wallace, McMurray, Sturmey, Sherman, Wimmer, Chaffin, Skinner, Gordon, Carl Long, Gunselman, Cleaver, LePage, and Travis Quaffle. Text red. Okay. So starting lineup looks like it's Mark Martin, Greg Biffle. Go ahead and go through all the cars again, just because why not? Starting with Martin Truex Jr. Go ahead and move this camera so we can actually see the car. As you can see, the car is definitely going to look a lot better than the last time we tried to do this, but there's Martin Truex Jr. Got Kurt Busch here. Of course, Kyle Busch as well. Got Mark Martin in the Advocare AAA thing, I don't know. Todd Cleaver in the 06. This will probably be his one and only start. Then we'll go back to David Reagan. Got Clint Boyer in the DirecTV 07. Mike Wallace, Phoenix Racing 09. Greg Biffle, Subway Machine. Got JJ Yaley. Tony Stewart. Mike Skinner. I love this paint scheme, by the way. We got Jeff Gordon, another beautiful DuPont car. I don't know why I chose this one to run, because, well, I like it. I guess, I don't know. Jamie McMurray, Crown Royal Machine. Got Jeff Burton there in the 31. Singular Wireless car. Travis Guelph, PPI 32. Scott Wimmer, RCR 33. Chad Chaffin, Front Row 34. Carl Long, RJ Racing 37. David Strayman, Chip Ganassi 40. Casey Mears in the 42. Got Kyle Petty. I know he's already locked in. So that means both Petty Enterprises cars are already locked into the 500. Jimmy Jam. Brent Sherman. Mike Garvey. Larry Gunselman. Kevin LePage. I like that car. Honestly, it doesn't look that bad. Dale Jarrett there in the 88 UPS Ford. And then Jackson Moore, one of our fictional drivers here. And the last car we'll show you, this last car here, is Carl Edwards. Where's Jackson Moore? 17th. Okay, I thought it said 7. I was like, that's pretty good. But that wasn't great. So, yep, full starting lineup here. Sorry.
Drivers, to your cars.
Jackson Moore starting 13th. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Go ahead and get that set up and ready to go. Duel number 2 is underway. Or, well, getting ready to go underway here.
Drivers, start your engines!
Sorry we had such a long intermission there. I was having some trouble getting the save game editor to edit their starting spots. But we're all good to go now. Let's see how this one goes. Could it be worse or could it be better? Guess we'll never know. Roush seems unstoppable. Well, they got Greg Biffle and Mark Martin on the front row, so you know what? I agree. The only Roush car that seems to be slacking is, well, anyways. Greg Biffle, Mark Martin bringing us to the green flag here in duel race number 2. Green flag is out. Yeah, 5 is the Hoodkin, that's right. Already 3 wide in the back of the pack. Casey Mears in the Haviline 42. That is true, and Kenseth already had the pole. The winner of the duel race, depending on who the winner is, will start second, or not second, will start 4th. Outside of row number 2, but looks like rookie Clint Boyer to the front of the field. And out of turn 4, he might look to lead the opening lap here at Daytona. Here he comes. Lap number 1 is in the books, led by a rookie. And I see another rookie a little further back in that yellow Coyote. Coyote? Is it Coyote? I think that's what the sponsor is. Yeah, Ryobi. Okay, close enough. For Hall of Fame Racing, they rebranded over the offseason, switched to Ford. They've got factory support from Ford and Roush Racing. And it looks like Jackson Moore, rookie, going to go 3 wide for second here, but not going to be able to make it work. Roush Racing's 99, falling back a bit here. He's going to get stuck on the outside already. 3 wide towards the middle of the field here, Jeff Gordon, and the 09 of Mike Wallace. Where's that 5 car at? Oh, I see him. He's up inside the top 5, so he's looking good to make it into the 500 here after all. Jackson Moore pushing the 07 of Clinton Boyer out front, out ahead of Jimmy Johnson, but now Moore going to try to make a move on the inside for the race lead. He's got a nose there on the 07. No help from behind, though. J.J. Yaley going to come down, try to give a push to the 96. Coming out turn 4, he's going to be side by side. I want to give it to Clinton Boyer almost, but no, actually. Moore had a really good run. He's going to lead a lap here in the duel. Looking to get some good spots here. Overall, I think he qualified 26th or something, but it looks like he's now going to get stuck in the middle there. Not a good place for the rookie. Another rookie, J.J. Yaley, now on the inside. He's looking for that race lead. 3 wide for it. Give it to Clint Boyer right now. He X out of it. 3 rookies leading the front row. And And now J.J. Yaley getting help from the 5 of Kyle Busch. Is Kyle Busch a rookie in 2006? I can't remember what his rookie year was. I think it was 2005 because he does not have rookie stripes on his car. But anyways, still 3 wide here. 5 rows deep now. This is probably the most aggressive racing we've seen so far this week in Speed Weeks. Kyle Busch looking for the race lead. He's going to move up to the middle. That's going to leave the bottom open for the 40 Coors Light Dodge of David Stremme. 3 wide still. Three wide, 2 billion rows deep, it feels like. Looks, it's only 5. But 5 times 3, that's 15, 20 cars inside this lead draft right now. The only car that isn't in it, actually no, we have every single car in the lead draft right now. It hasn't broken up like the last race did. Mark Martin pulling around, or David Stremme pulling around Mark Martin here. Here comes the 88, Dale Jarrett to the inside of Mark. David Stremme leading for the first time here at Daytona. Stremme gonna lead the 06 or the 6 car up to the top of the track. Is he going to lead him astray as the 88 to the inside? Here comes Jeff Burton. Huge run in the 31. Kyle Petty, he's already locked in off of speed in qualifying in his Wells Fargo Dodge Charger. But now he's looking for 3rd from the 88 of Jarrett. And it looks like he is going to take it. Go on board the 34 of Chad Chaffin. He is one of the first open cars here I see. He's looking for a spot in the Daytona 500. Remember, 42 cars make it into the main event. Currently, we got 36 in, trying to set the last 6 cars here today. Who doesn't love a good flyby? Is Jeff Burton. He's going to take the race lead over Kyle Petty and David Stremme. The 34 State Water Heaters 34. Having a good run on the bottom here. Todd Cleaver still the only thing that's bringing down Roush's average finish here. Actually, I want to say Roush has like 6 cars in this race right now. So hold on. They have the 6. They have the 16. They have the 17. That's 4. No. They have the 6, 16, 17. That's 3. The 99. And then the 06. Okay, so that is only 5, but still. They could have had 6, but no, not really. I wouldn't have allowed it. You know, this is already kind of cursed with Timmy Hill being in here, whilst only being 13 years old. Jeff Burton leading once again here with 12 laps to go. Side by side for second. Kyle Petty stuck on the top lane. Chad Chaffin, he's going to take this one on the bottom in the Oak Gloves 34 Chevrolet Monte Carlo. Looks like he's looking for second now, too, in that 34 car. Once they stopped going 3 wide, they started to kind of spread out a bit. And as you can see, the 07 on the bottom in 5th right now, holding on to a top 5 spot, pushing Mark Martin and company. Is that Kevin LePage inside the top 10 almost? Okay. Currently running 11th, but he just got around the 45, so that puts him in 10th. Overall, we got Brent Sherman there, Scott Wimmer, more open cars coming towards the front here. Oh, LePage, why'd you go up to the top, dude? Looks like Mark Martin tried to make a move on the 18 of J.J. Yaley, but Yaley blocked him. But Martin didn't carry. He's going to make a 3 wide for second. Second seems to be like Mark Martin's favorite finishing position anyways, so we'll just see him sit there for the rest of the race. 10 to go in duel number 2. Jeff Burton leading the way in his number 31 singular wireless Chevrolet. JJ Ely way up against the wall there in the 18. Get some good onboard action here of the 48 and Jimmy Johnson. As the field heads into turn number 3. You can see the 96 Jackson Moore back inside the top 10 here. Actually might be inside the top 5 as he's looking to get around the 07 of Clint Boyer here out of turn 4. Look behind us here on the Lowe's Chevrolet. JJ Healy there in the 14, or in the 18, sorry. Looks like he is currently running in the position of, yes. He's running 8th right now. Jackson Moore up to 3rd, it looks like, as he's going to get around the 07 and the 88. They're going to lose a couple of spots. Those two were stuck on the outside lane there for a minute. They're 3 wide behind Jimmy Johnson. Two by two here for 3rd. Give it to Johnson. Mark Martin going for the race lead. First lead change since like lap 7, I want to say. So it's been a hot minute for sure. Can Roush sweep the Daytona Duels? But what if Jimmy Johnson has something to say about it? Look, working the bottom lane all by himself. Honestly, give the advantage to the top lane right now. They got the most draft. They got Jackson Moore, JJ Yaley all working together. But the bottom lane now, huge advantage to the 18, the 34, and the 48 out of turn 2. Martin going to go up to block Burton. Johnson going up to block Moore. 2 by 2. Martin led that last lap. But here comes JJ Yaley to the bottom. He's looking for the race lead now. Chad Chaff and Scott Wimmer there. The 34, 33 second cars on the inside lane are not locked into the Daytona 500. With a solid finish position tonight, they can very well lock themselves in. Now, around this time last duel, we saw guys come down for pits. I think we might start to see that soon, although they just went from single file to triple file again. 3 wide once again here. Chad Chaff in the advantage on the bottom. He's going to slide up in front of JJ Yale. He looked a little hesitant to do so, though. Here comes Scott Wimmer with a run from hell in the 33. But Johnson from the top to the bottom is going to clear the entire field. Give the lead to Johnson. No takers this time around. We saw our first pit stops last time on lap 15, if I remember correctly. Just 6 laps to go here in the second duel. Scott Wimmer trying to hold on to second. Here's Roush again in the 16. Greg Biffle. Mark Martin there as well. Kyle Petty. And whoop-de-doo, Todd Cleaver nowhere to be found. He's probably all the way in the back still. Oh no, what a shame. Moving on, back up to the front where the action is. There's, oh, I forgot the 20. So they do have 6 cars here in the Daytona race, but such a shame Todd Cleaver can't make it in. Alright, let's see. Will we have any takers on pit road here? We got a bunch. Problems in the back for the 07 of Clint Boyer. And around goes the 07 collecting the 32. Is that going to waive the caution? It will. Just realized Better Cautions wasn't on again. I thought I had it on. Modern double foul, send lap cars to the back. Right as the field was coming down pit road. They will still service their cars, because they were on pit road before the caution came out. Huge stop there for Scott Wimmer. In and out just like that. And we might be going into overtime here, folks. Looks like the 26 of Jamie McMurray took the race lead right at the right time, because guess what? We might go into overtime. I'll check add laps for green line checkers. I don't think we'll do 5 laps of pacing though. We'll see. Despite everyone pitting, the oh 06 is still going to be so far back. Looks like 13 cars came down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, roughly. So let's go back and see what had happened to the 07 of Clint Boyer here. I can't see the replay controls on the big one because of the way the screen is. Looks like they just kind of spun around there and got it back going again. So nothing too serious, if I say so myself. So we'll go ahead, go roof cam here on the 07 of Clint Boyer. Like checking up, and he just got hooked in the rear here by the 23. So let's go on board the 23 of Mike Skinner. Go ahead, push it back a bit here. Looks like he wasn't expecting Clint Boyer to pit from the third lane up. He really just pulled a Quinn Half at Texas a couple years ago, if any of you remember that. When Quinn Half pulled the whoopsie daisy. So it looks like it's going to be Kurt Busch and the 16 of Greg Biffle at the front of the field here. So we come into 3 laps to go here now. Put your race winner votes in the chat now. Who do you think is going to come home with the win and duel race number 2 here at Daytona? We're still not 1 to green. We got people saying Jimmy. I'm gonna pick the safest option. I'm going with Greg Biffle. We know Roush has been good. We'll see what happens here on this restart. Looks like we will, in fact, be going into overtime here. Uh-oh, that's not good. At Daytona for the second race. Second dual race. Reminder, guys, tomorrow evening, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Daytona 500 live here. We'll get this 2006 season fully underway. And then the next race will be, I don't know, probably Thursday. I doubt I'll do it on Tuesday, and I definitely won't have time on Wednesday because of rush. So it'll definitely, next race will be Thursday night. Practice and qualifying will be Tuesday night, and I'll post those all in the Discord, which is in the description below. So go ahead and join that if you want to get closer into the mix of this. Check out the Discord. You go ahead, set up a team. I know we got Penske still open. RCR, DEI. I think those are the really only big name teams left. I don't know why, but I picked Kirk Shelburne. I wanted to be different. We are coming to 1 to green this time around, I want to say. I hope. Yep. We are going into overtime. As you can see, the lap counter went up there. And they will double it up on the backstretch here. I don't know why the AI waits so long to do it, but hey, at least they do it. Your top 10 on this restart is going to be Greg Biffle, Kurt Busch, Scott Wimmer, Jimmy Johnson, Kyle Petty, Carl Edwards, Tony Stewart, Martin Truex Jr., Jeff Gordon, and Chad Chaffin in the 34, rounding out your top 10. Todd Cleaver, 06, dead last. No surprise there. So let's see how this one goes, folks. This could either be the craziest finish we've ever seen or the most mediocre finish we've ever seen. Probably most mediocre. Uh-oh. This isn't good. Greg? Greg? No, Greg, please don't tell me he just blew up. Did he run out of gas? I think Greg Biffle just ran out of gas. And they didn't go double file for some reason, but okay, whatever. Greg Biffle ran out of gas coming to green. That might throw another caution. Kurt Busch is going to bring us back to green. He's another car that stayed out on that previous restart. He's out of gas now. Both Kurt Busch and Greg Biffle out of gas here at Daytona. How does that happen not once but twice? Since when was this going to become a fuel mileage race? Scott Wimmer, Carl Edwards, battling for the race win here. Coming to the white flag this time unless the caution comes out beforehand. Which very well could happen. We have two cars stopped on the track. Kurt Busch is slowly wheeling it around. Okay, Greg Biffle's down pit road. Kurt Busch, he's going to have to get the whole way around. Going as slow as he is, I don't think he's going to be able to. No caution yet. Some cars coming down pit road. The 96, Jackson Moore. Down pit road. White flags in the air. One more lap to go for Carl Edwards. Jimmy Johnson still has time to make a move here. But the thing is, can he make the move? It's looking good for Kyle Busch to make it into the 500 now. He's inside the top 10. Looking good for him. Same with the 34 of Chad Chaffin. 33 is Scott Wimmer. Here comes Joe Gibbs Racing's 20, Tony Stewart. And it looks like here, out of turn number 4, the 99 Office Depot Ford Taurus of Carl Edwards. Coming out of turn 4, he is going to win the second duel race. Roush is going to sweep it. Did Kurt Busch ever make it back to pit road? No, he did not. Not yet, at least. Dang. There's your full finishing order there. Kurt Busch finished 2 laps down. Go ahead, get those saved here. Now let's see who advances. So obviously, let's see here. Let's get the obvious ones out of the way. Brent Sherman, he will not advance. Mike Skinner, he will not advance. But now let's go to who will advance. Scott Wimmer, he is going to advance. Kyle Busch, he is going to advance as well. So there's 2, Kyle Busch, Scott Wimmer. Who else is out? Chad Chaffin. Is he the next one in? It appears to be Chad Chaffin. He is going to make the Daytona 500. That's 3. Number 4 is going to be David Stremme. And last but not least, or not last, but 5th, is it going to be Mike Wallace or Jamie McMurray or someone else? Actually, it looks like it's going to be Larry Gunselman in the 52 car, qualified 53rd. I think he is the lowest driver to advance here. Wow. And the final driver moving on. And I take that back about what I said, Larry Gunselman being the lowest car to move on. It looks like it is going to be Travis Quapfel moving on after qualifying 58th out of 58 cars. So go ahead, turn that display off for you guys. We'll go ahead, change this to your new list of drivers moving on. You guys can see everyone. Some guy named Larry Gunselman really edged out Jamie McMurray. And those are your other 6 drivers. So it's going to be Kyle Busch, David Stremme, Scott Wimmer, Chad Chaffin, Larry Gunselman, and Travis Quapfel. Along with Bobby Labonte, Brian Vickers, Scott Riggs, Robbie Gordon, Elliott Sadler, and Kirk Shelmerdine. So once again, guys, the Daytona 500 will be tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I feel like I've said like 5 different times, but it is 110% at 7:30 p.m. EST tomorrow. So if you want to go ahead and join the Discord server, I'll post the link in the live chat now. Go join that if you want to come join us. I'll try to do races as often as I can. There it is, and it's in the description as well if you guys can't see it if you're watching this post after it was streamed. But anyways, guys, thank you all for tuning in. I'll see you guys tomorrow night with the 2006 Daytona 500.